So Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White herself did not travel with the team to Chicago, which leads people to believe that she might not be there for the game, Hamby. But what does this mean for the Indiana Fever? What does this mean for the upcoming game in Chicago? And who will be stepping into this role? It is pretty obvious that...
What if I told you Caitlin Clark's next big move isn't dropping threes, but calling plays from the sideline? Yep, rumor has it the Indiana Fever might hand her a clipboard and a whistle for the next game against the Chicago Sky. Is she about to coach her own team like some kind of basketball Jedi Master? Did the coach just say, you know what, Caitlin, your turn? Buckle up, because this plot twist is straight out of a sports sitcom.
So, lads, basically, the Indiana Fever coach is like, well, we don't know. That's reality is, we don't know who's going to be coaching. We don't know whether Stephanie White's going to be coaching, but the plan is there if Stephanie White is not going to be there. And I think maybe...
So here we are, Caitlin Clark freshly battling with injury, barely got her jersey stitched on, and now she might be drawing up plays like she's the ghost of Phil Jackson fused with Ted Lasso. Why? Because head coach Stephanie White is nowhere to be found. Poof, vanished, not in the building. Did she accidentally walk into a WNBA time portal? Nope. Just a good old case of can't make it, which is basketball code for we're going to pretend this was planned.
Okay, so first of all, we do not know why Stephanie White is going to be out. It is officially listed as personal reasons, and I don't know if you guys are aware, but back in October, she also was dealing with a tragedy, assuming it might have been like a close passing of someone to her, which was also around the time that she was in contention for being named head coach of the Indiana Fever. So that was probably a whirlwind of a time for Stephanie White. And first and foremost, we just want to make sure that she is doing okay and wishing her all the best, because it is not very common for a coach to miss a game. I don't think it happened once last season. It has not happened this season.
And with White out, you'd think there's a solid plan B, or maybe a plan C, but the Fever apparently skipped right past the alphabet and went, hey, what if our rookie called the shots? That's right, the Indiana Fever coaching staff is so thin right now, it's starting to look like a rec league carpool. So guess who's unofficially, but totally and absolutely, going to be holding the clipboard? You got it. Caitlin, I've been here for 5 minutes, Clark.
About being away for a period of time. Which means, look, I'd say whatever reasons brought her to Indiana in the first place, like, might take her out of a few games, might keep her closer to home, might keep her not going to games. And look, at the end of the day, there's more important things than basketball. And if that is the case, then obviously the it's just obviously it is like they know what they're getting themselves into. They know what they're getting themselves into. They know what it is, and they know that they've got a good staff.
Now, this isn't just any game. This is the game. The one the entire country's been waiting for. Clark versus Reese. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. Part 2 of what could be a 10-part basketball saga that ends with a championship, a documentary, and probably a Broadway musical. And just when we thought this game couldn't get spicier, the Fever go full chaos mode and say, what if Caitlin also coaches herself?
Hello everyone. So Stephanie White of the Indiana Fever, the head coach, will not be at tomorrow's game against the Chicago Sky. It's been cited for personal reasons. Who knows if somebody in her family is sick, mom and dad, maybe older, medical emergency, who knows. Hopefully even Stephanie's okay. But when it comes down to it, this upcoming game is a game. You got no Caitlin Clark, no Sophie Cunningham, but you never know.
Imagine the locker room. Caitlin's in there like, okay, ladies, I'm going to need you to hustle on defense, crash the boards, and also someone please remind me what play number 3 is, because I may or may not have blacked out during strategy meetings. And this isn't your average team she's coaching against. This is the Chicago Sky, led by Angel Eye Block Shots and Feelings Reese, who's probably watching this coaching shuffle like, oh, so we're doing improv theater now? Reese has been waiting for this matchup since the draft. She's ready, she's locked in, she's got that I already picked out the celebration dance energy. Meanwhile, Caitlyn's on the sideline, drawing up plays on a whiteboard like, all right, this next one's called Please Don't Panic, and I think if we all believe in ourselves, something decent might happen. The assistant coach, whose name no one can remember because she was hired like 14 minutes ago, is just nodding along like, yep, great, let's definitely run that. Caitlyn might as well be multitasking like a soccer mom on espresso, running point, barking defensive switches, checking if the water bottles are full, and reminding everyone that she's also playing the game. It's like giving your top performer in a school play the job of directing and managing costumes and being the janitor. At this point, if someone sprains an ankle, Caitlyn's probably the new team doctor too.
Factors of tomorrow's game is the fact that Caitlin Clark, guys, is still, she is still out due to injury protocol, I believe she had a lower leg calf muscle strain, right? But there's been an update, she just updated everybody, the Fever fans and all of the other WNBA fans about potentially coming back Tuesday, which is not tomorrow. But let's just see what Caitlin Clark has to say. This is an article brought to you by Sports Illustrated titled, Caitlin Clark shares update on her injury and potential return. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark offered an update on her quadriceps injury on Thursday.
And let's not pretend like the WNBA hasn't seen its share of drama lately. But this is Shakespeare with sneakers. We've got two rookie phenoms about to clash on national TV, and one of them might actually be responsible for running the timeouts. I mean, what are the odds that during a third quarter huddle, Caitlyn just says, okay, look, I'm going to pull myself out, coach myself back in, and then sub in my favorite snack because we're out of players. But let's not underestimate her, because Caitlin Clark is built differently. You don't just survive Iowa winters and come out average. You come out like Caitlin, battle-tested, unbothered, and somehow always in range. So while it might sound insane to have her coaching the team she's also leading in scoring, you just know she's secretly loving it. She's probably got a color-coded notebook titled Things I'm Better At Than Most Coaches, and it's 86 pages long. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is polishing her crown, ready to ruin someone's week. She's got that smirk that says, you better come correct, Coach Clark, or I'm dropping 20 and blocking your entire ego. And she's not just bringing skill, she's bringing theatrics, energy, and a personal vendetta that could light up an entire arena.
They'll be all right. They got Stephanie White, and I understand Stephanie White is their coach. I think they'll be okay. If Caitlin was there, I'd be very confident. It's as simple as that. If Caitlin was there, I would be extremely confident that they would win this game. I would be super confident. However, without Caitlin, you know what? Ari McDonald's there. How much do we trust we put in Ari McDonald? A bit.
The fans? Oh, the fans are thriving. Twitter is having a meltdown. You've got analysts breaking down Clark's coaching style like she's Popovich with better hair. Notice here how she motions for a high pick, checks her Fitbit, then launches a logo 3 while simultaneously managing the rotation. It's beautiful chaos. It's reality TV disguised as basketball. It's everything we never knew we needed, and we haven't even gotten to the bench reactions. You just know there's going to be that one teammate who's way too into Caitlyn's huddle speeches like, yes ma'am, preach. Meanwhile, someone else is sitting there like, why is my rookie teammate telling me to run suicides? That's the duality of Caitlin Clark. The player/coach hybrid who might just create a whole new WNBA archetype. Let's also not ignore the possibilities here. What if this actually works? What if Caitlin calls the perfect plays, manages minutes like a seasoned vet, and leads the team to a win over Angel Reese and the Sky? You know what that means, right? That means she's now permanently in charge of everything. Next week, she's not just coaching, she's doing payroll, designing the uniforms, and driving the team bus. And if it doesn't work? If the Fever loses in spectacular fashion while Caitlyn's coaching her own meltdown in real time? Well then, welcome to the most watched blooper reel in WNBA history.
So, lads, this is not an ideal situation. It is not an ideal situation at all for the Indiana Fever. There are some positives, there are some negatives. However, Stephanie White, as of right now, is currently looking like she may not be there tomorrow in Chicago for the game.
And that's still a win for the internet. But let's keep it real. This is more than just a game. This is theater. This is rivalries, plot twists, and peak Gen Z energy wrapped in a highlight reel. It's Caitlin Clark becoming the walking embodiment of, fine, I'll do it myself. It's Angel Reese giving serious, I hope y'all brought snacks, cause I'm about to eat, energy. It's assistant coaches trying not to look completely lost while Caitlin rearranges the playbook in real time. So while Stephanie White might be MIA and the Fever coaching staff is currently being held together with duct tape and prayer, the fans are getting a front row seat to history. Because no matter what happens, win, lose, or what just happened, this game is going to be legendary. And somewhere in the background, a Fever intern is Googling, can a player be Rookie of the Year and Coach of the Year at the same time? Now imagine the absolute madness if Caitlin Clark doesn't even lace up for real minutes and still beats Angel Reese. Like she just casually leans back in her coaching chair, crosses her arms, and coaches her way to a W? Are we even ready for that kind of chaos? That's like LeBron winning a finals game while operating the scoreboard and handing out Gatorade. It's basketball blasphemy in the best possible way.
To stay healthy, okay? And again, I want to see Caitlin Clark come back. I ain't gonna lie, I love watching. The only reason why, okay, she's not the only reason why I watch Indiana Fever games, but I have noticed that when I watch Indiana Fever games, it's not as exciting without Caitlin Clark. Let's keep it real. Again, Kelsey Mitchell is a powerhouse. I love watching her. I enjoy watching Aaliyah Boston. I enjoy watching Sophie Cunningham. I enjoy watching Lexi Hall, Dante Samaras, etc., all these women. But when you see them playing with Caitlin Clark leading that court, leading them on that floor court, on the basketball court, the whole momentum, the whole intensity, it's like they're that much more tenacious and vicious. They got that, they just got that overall more ambitious and ambition and drive in them, okay, due to Caitlin.
Picture it. Angel Reese walks into the arena, all fired up, expecting a dogfight with Clark, only to realize, wait a minute, Caitlin's not even starting. Nope, she's got the clipboard, the headset, and probably a laminated don't panic sheet she made in Microsoft Word 5 minutes before tip-off. And yet, the Fevers start out hitting shots like they're personally avenging every bad Yelp review Indiana's ever gotten. Caitlin's out here drawing up inbounds plays like she invented basketball this morning and then taught it to everyone else over breakfast. By halftime, Angel Reese is side-eyeing the bench like, who is calling these plays? And someone has to break it to her, yeah, that's Clark. She's not playing you, she's playing with you, which is 10 times more insulting. Because getting outplayed is one thing. Getting outcoached by someone your age, who should still be memorizing her own playbook, is a whole different kind of humbling. Imagine the cameras cutting to Clark calmly scribbling on her clipboard while Angel Reese is sweating bullets, trying to figure out how the Fever just ran a triangle offense with only 2 people. And Clark? She's not sweating. She's not yelling. She's sipping coconut water and giving that I told y'all smirk like she's 2 plays ahead of time and 1 dimension ahead of space.
It is pretty obvious that the assistant coach, Austin Kelly, will be stepping it up, as will the other. I think everybody in the assistants rung will be just like stepping up one more step to take on more responsibilities. Steph White actually talked to Chloe Peterson and said, my staff is so good and trusting in them that if I need to be away for a period of time, it's status quo. Our team knows that. They have a great respect for them, and I know that, and I trust them implicitly. So it gives even more peace of mind. So who is...
And what if, just for added spice, she checks herself into the game with 90 seconds left? Not because they need her, but just to make a point. She hits 1 logo 3, winks at Angel, then immediately calls a timeout and benches herself. Game over. Fever win. That's not basketball. That's villain origin story material. It'd be the type of moment that lives forever in sports memes and high school gym pep talks. Now kids, remember, if Caitlin Clark can beat Angel Reese without playing, you can definitely pass algebra. It defies all logic. It flips the rookie narrative on its head. She was supposed to learn from the vets, not manage them. But here we are. And don't even try to process what that would do to the Reese-Clark rivalry. Oh, it would go nuclear. Angel's whole competitive arc would need a rewrite. Chapter 1, I blocked her shot. Chapter 2, she coached my team into the ground without breaking a sweat. The pettiness potential skyrockets. We're talking post-game interviews with shades so thick you'd need night vision goggles just to see through it. And let's be honest, if Caitlin Clark can win as a coach, she might never go back. You know what? Playing is cute, but I prefer orchestrating wins like a basketball overlord. The league wouldn't even know what to do. MVP ballots would just say yes next to every category.
court again this week. But right now, there's going to be some explosive testimonies today, including Capricorn Clark. That we will hear from a man named Lance.
Who is Capricorn Clark, for people that don't know?
Capricorn Clark is a previous personal assistant of Diddy's, but she has come up in this case, in this hearing, almost every single day that I've been there, because she was around and has witnessed so much. She is the woman that Kid Cudi alleges called her and said, hey, Diddy's at your house. She's the woman that is alleging that Diddy made her get in the car with him to go to Kid Cudi.
It's ridiculous, it's amazing, it's stupendous. Because beating your biggest rival while wearing sneakers is one thing. Doing it while wearing a headset? That's pure basketball witchcraft. Meanwhile, over on the Chicago Sky side, Angel Reese is working up a full sweat during warm-ups, furiously perfecting her layups like she's got a personal vendetta against the backboard. She's going 3 for 10 on unguarded shots, nodding like she's hitting 100% while the rim's like, ma'am, please calm down. Because let's be honest, 30% from inside the paint isn't just rough, it's existentially rough when your rival is not even suiting up and still finding a way to stomp you from the sideline. Angel's grinding out practice reps, locked in, headphones on, music blasting, staring down the hoop like it owes her money. She's visualizing the moment she drops 20 on Caitlin Clark. Except, Caitlin won't even be in uniform. She's not lacing up. She's literally sitting down, probably icing her ankle while sipping vitamin water and calling plays like she's coaching a Final Four team instead of an injury report. And then the game starts. Reese checks in like she's got something to prove, which she absolutely does, and Caitlin's over there with a clipboard doing everything short of building a chessboard on the scorer's table. And wouldn't you know it, Indiana's moving like a machine. The ball is zipping, cuts are crisp.
The amount of self-sabotage occurring in the WNBA right now is insane. Caitlin Clark is rapidly becoming an all-time great. She is doing things in less than 50 games that took other players hundreds of games to do. But more important than her accolades is the fact that she puts butts in seats. She makes people tune in to the WNBA. And all that the rest of that league seems to be able to do is complain. And some people are taking the angle of it's a race thing. I don't think it is. I really don't. I think it's a jealousy thing. I think it's an envy thing. They're jealous that one player, one person was able to breathe life into women's basketball, into that sport.
Scenes are set like they were choreographed by a Broadway stage manager. Every player is playing like they've got Wi-Fi connected earpieces whispering Caitlin's thoughts into their heads. Meanwhile, Angel's crashing the paint, bricking another layup, and looking increasingly flustered. The cameras pan to Caitlin, who's got her legs crossed like she's waiting for a spa appointment, calmly instructing the Fever to double Reese. Again, she's not sweating, she's not flinching. She's dialing up in-game strategy like she unlocked a secret coaching mode in her rookie contract. Angel, on the other hand, is spiraling. Every missed shot is a dagger. Every smart Fever rotation is another brick in Caitlin's sideline legacy. And the worst part? Caitlin never even stood up. She's coaching with one good foot and a nuclear IQ, and it's working flawlessly. Reese looks up at the scoreboard. Down 12. She looks at the bench. Caitlin's nodding, giving her that, yeah, this is happening look.
Caitlin Clark and the Fever. Big, nice, long table that they don't sell at Lowe's. Not one of them little folding tables. A lot of elbow space, charcuterie. It was beer. I think I saw a Boost Mobile sign in the back. It was sponsored. Yo, the reporters gave Caitlin all the time to say what she needed to say. Say, man, it's a basketball play. You're overreacting, yada, yada, yada. It was like, all right, cool. And then she got up because she was busy. She had things to do. They didn't bother her. She went on about her business. Then they panned to whatever team this girl was on.
Chicago, man.
So.
Stop, man.
Stop! I wasn't looking for the team. They paying the Chicago who? The Headaches, what's their name?
Sky. Chicago Sky.
They paying to the Headaches.
Stop!
And Angel's thinking, how did I lose to someone not even playing? It's the stuff of psychological horror films. Caitlin's not just winning. She's winning with such absurd casual dominance that it's starting to feel personal. Angel Reese might have shown up ready for war, but Caitlin Clark came armed with strategy, a whiteboard, and a revenge arc. And if Angel thought losing to Caitlin in uniform was tough, wait until she checks the highlight reel and sees Clark pointing to the spot on the floor like a general commanding troops, right before the Fever nail yet another 3. This isn't just a loss, it's a TED Talk.